Hey guys, and welcome back to the Chaotic Kitz channel, where I, Michelle, document my life here on YouTube as I try to become a full-time author while also traversing the world's multiple personalities. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around. But today we are going to be getting started with the Rough Draft Challenge, where my goal is to write 30,000 words by the end of November. So let's get into it. Hey guys, so today is November 1st, meaning the Rough Draft Challenge is starting today. I haven't actually done any writing today. I have done a lot of extra stuff, like I uploaded a video to YouTube, and then I also helped my dad put up trim in my back porch. Sorry if you could hear my stomach grumbling. But so me and my dad, so I just got back into this house literally a year ago. And so this year, like for the next 4 years, we're planning on redoing a different side of the house each, not redoing, but updating siding, updating windows and stuff to just make the house a little warmer, hopefully. And also when we get to the point, maybe when I sell it, it will make more money. But so we did the west wall to this year. We also had to build a back porch because the porch that was originally on the house was in rough shape, to say the least. It was just in rough shape. So we tore it down. Well, I say we. It was really my dad who tore it down. And I helped him rebuild it. We're pretty much on the interior stuff now. We just put in flooring. We're putting in the floorboards. Not the floorboards. We're putting in the base trim right now. And we're also doing the trim around the doors and windows. Well, the doors. And then we also have a window in the dining room that we need to redo too. So those are all things that need to happen. But honestly, I'm really liking the way this room looks, and we kind of have an idea on what we're all doing. So we need to put up some shelves, mostly to hide our mistakes. We need to repaint the walls white just so they're nice and fresh. We need to do the trim again, make it a nice peach color again. Well, make it, not look like there's stripes and patches in it, so just make it one solid peach. And then, what else do we need to do? We need to put up my punching bag, put the washer and dryer back, and then also put that shelf over top of the washer and dryer. So, basically, there's going to be a lot of shelves in this room, but also not. It's just going to be one solid shelf running the whole way. So I'll get to put knickknacks and stuff on there, but I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it, kind of thing. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been doing today, and what I've been doing since April, Mayish time. But hopefully by December we'll have it all done, so then we could just relax for the winter and just not have to deal with it. But let's get back on topic for the writing. So, like I said, today is the start of the Rough Draft Challenge. My game plan is to write 30,000 words in my pen name Grace's works. So, if you guys do not know, I am somebody who has multiple personalities, and with my multiple personalities, I write in 3 different pen names. There's Grace, Shelley, and Maris. Shelley writes those books up there. Maris writes high fantasy adventure stories, which we have not started yet. We're probably not going to start those until 2030, maybe 2035, something like that. And then Grace writes the Christian fiction books, which we are working on this year. Grace also has 2 kind of subcategories, I guess is what you would call them. There is her picture books, and then also her young adult novels. And the novels are pretty much what we're working on today, for this month. We're starting with the project that we call JJ's Story, or the working title is From Home to Scripture. Basically, what you need to know is that JJ is a junior in high school. He just had to transfer into a Catholic school. He was a homeschooled kid, but now his grandfather, who is also a priest, is wanting to get back into his family's life after getting his life settled, and it just so happens to be after his JJ's grandma died, and there's just a lot of drama going on. Yeah, so JJ is really the start of the series that I'm calling from home. No, the series that I am calling Moving into Scripture, where I'm going to be following each one of the students in this class as they embark down their high school careers, or towards the end of their high school careers and falling back into Scripture and stuff. I think I have currently 5 book ideas set up for it. But this is a series that I'm wanting to get traditionally published, which don't know how that's going to go, having a series in traditional publishing, but I have to think that this is more like, the reason I'm trying to get traditional publishing for it, or at least I'm trying to get an agent and hopefully do some like indie publishing, like Christian fiction, like Christian Catholic publishing houses for it, is just because a lot of the places want solicited documents, and I'm obviously, if I don't have an agent, I'm not solicited, or at least recommended. So need to get some help there. But the reason I'm wanting to mostly get a traditional publishing deal or indie publishing, like whatever kind of deal you want to do, is for the picture books, because the picture books are about saints, and I just don't have the financial means to pay someone to make a whole bunch of illustrations for me, put them in a book, and then publish that book. Because, like, I have more books than the Bugstopia books, which is Shelley's work, and I'm unable to print those because I can't buy the covers. So, yeah. But that's kind of all I gotta say. I'm gonna get into some writing before my dad comes back home, or comes over to my house, and yeah. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye! Hey guys, welcome. Today is the 2nd of November, meaning yesterday was the first day of the Rough Draft Challenge, where I wrote 1,227 words, all written super well. I plan on adding more words today. My original game plan was to edit 2 chapters a day in the story, which technically I'm still doing, but like I am going, like, so yesterday I wanted to edit chapter 3 and chapter 4. Well, yesterday I did chapter 2 and chapter 3, and today I'm going to do chapter 3 and chapter 4. And the main reason I'm doing this is because, like, the first chapter I do, so the chapter that I already did yesterday, so chapter 3, I've pretty much got my, like, author voice, my character's voice solid, and I'm just needing to maybe tweak it a little bit, get back into the voice, and then move on to the next chapter to edit that, if that makes sense. But yeah, so that's kind of the game plan. I originally, like I said, I wanted to do these 2 chapters of like 3 and 4 yesterday, and get done by the 7th of getting all my original edits done. Like, so I had like 19,000 words written in the story already. Just needed to edit it to get back into the story. But obviously, it's taking me a lot longer than that. Well, not obviously, but it's taking me a lot longer than that, so I'm like, okay, just need to get back into the story, get reacquainted with it, and for the month of November, I'm planning on solely pretty much writing Grace's pen name for JJ's story, and I'm already up to 22,065 words. This would have been from, let me pull out my journal, so yesterday, Friday, so it was the 1st, the 30th, and the 29th. So I've been working on this book pretty much Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So for 4 days. I've been working on it for 4 days. I want to do it for the rest of the month. But, you know, it's going to happen what's going to happen. But yeah, so I added 1,227 words yesterday. Going to work on chapter 3 and chapter 4 today. Before I get started, I need to refill up my water and also get my to pray a rosary. Just because it's something I want to do. Yeah, that's kind of all I gotta say. I will see you guys later whenever I update, or if I don't see you guys till later today, I'll see you tomorrow. You'll know in a little bit. Bye. Hey guys, today is Monday the 3rd of November, meaning that's the 3rd day of the Rough Draft Challenge. How am I doing so far? I'm feeling pretty good. So yesterday I wrote 1,279 words I added that to JJ's story Right now, I've got a grand total of 23,344 words. Already partially started it this morning before my dad interrupted me. And I think I've added like 200 words, like maybe 220 words to the story so far. Um, but I'm about to take lunch break and then come back to it. My fear for today is that I write chapter 4, don't finish it. Well, I get done with chapter 4, then I move on to chapter 5, but I don't actually get chapter 5 done, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I think in total, like, so far for the Rough Draft Challenge, I think I'm at 2,500 words and some odd change, obviously. This is good. I don't have anything else to say about it. Yeah. Today I also had to bring over books to my local school because I have a school, they're having a school fair, and I am donating, well, I'm not donating, I'm selling my books there to get hopefully some money and obviously sell some books. And then hopefully after, so this book fair is going to last until Thursday, and Thursday at like 3 o'clock, I'm going to go pick up the books. And hopefully, like, I have some goals set up on my list of, like, if I were to sell X amount of books, I will get this prize kind of thing. I haven't set up one for if I sold out because I don't think that'll happen. But yeah, so I've got some goals set up for that. But I also have some goals that I figured out for the Rough Draft Challenge that I want to do. Because I was watching a Sarah Cannon's video and she is like, oh, these goals that she has set up for herself kind of thing. And I was like, I want to do that. Like, I'm not going to have, like, every 10,000 word goal just because I'm like, I just want one prize at the end of the month, I guess. Or 2 prizes, actually. So, the first one is if I reach my 30,000 word goal for for JJ's story. If I do that, I will buy myself a double puzzle, which basically, so I like 3D puzzles. I think the ones that I buy usually are like the original crystal puzzles. And typically I usually just buy one at a time. But I have had some on Amazon that are like double packs, or like, say, the ones that I'm thinking about buying are like Eevee and Pikachu, because I love Pokemon. Like, I would buy the Eevee Pikachu set, and it's cost like, probably realistically it would cost two puzzles together, but like, it's a reward for me. And then if I were to write constantly for 30 days, I will then buy myself some new business cards, which really are the same business cards, which I don't know why I'm doing this. But well, I do know why I'm doing this, but also at the same point, I'm like, I need to buy them anyways. And then I also will buy some bookmarks that are a lot simpler. Like, these will be like, they are like my business card, but just in bookmark form, if that makes sense. So that's the game plan. Yeah. Yesterday I also journaled, so I'm like, so technically this month I've already written over 31,000 words. 3,100 words. 3,100 words. Well, 30,100 words. I don't know. My brain is hurting right now. I am going to go eat, and then I am going to come back and hopefully work. But I also have to go see Grandma today. So we're just gonna roll with the punches. So I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye! Hey guys, today is November 4th. It is a Tuesday. Yesterday was not a fun day. I really don't know what the problem was entirely, but so I originally wanted to get up and have a great morning and have a fresh start in the morning. I wanted to wake up at 6, did not wake up at 6. I think I woke up at 7:30, which I have been getting up an hour earlier than I usually do. But I would like to still get up at 6 because that's the time I usually go into work. But since I'm only down 1 hour, one day a week, I've kind of been in a little bit of a, frankly, depression. But then again, I'm always kind of in a depression, so is it really a new depression? I don't think so. But yeah, so I tried to get into doing stuff yesterday. I worked a little bit on chapter 4 just to get reacquainted with the story so then I can move on to chapter 5. That didn't happen. I did try to edit chapter 4, but I think I just made it worse. Even though I don't know if that's necessarily possible, but like it just felt off. So I'm gonna go through it again today. Hopefully this time I'll be able to get the words that I want written on it. Well, get words that I want written in the story written. Also had a conversation with my sister yesterday. I answered the phone like I was frustrated and tired, mostly because my computer, I think it's like 5 or 6 years old and I use a desktop and it's kind of getting like sporadic, to say the least. But I can still work, I can still save my projects and stuff, so that's all that matters to me. But yeah, it's having problems and I was just frustrated with it. And then my sister was frustrated with just life, and I'm just like, I feel so bad for her. I want to be able to comfort her and stuff, but I don't know how to comfort someone. I really don't. Like, I can every once in a while, but it depends on who's out and about and talking, and yesterday I was not in a good headspace. Not necessarily, like, anything serious. It was just, I wasn't the typical Michelle that she usually talks to, if that makes sense. I was in a more angry, aggressive male form, which I think I know who's talking, but he means well. He's just, he frankly doesn't give two shits. But yeah, so I need to talk to her and just see how she's doing. Because life's hard, especially when you have 3 kids. And she works nights. Night shift sucks. I could never do it. And she also works with babies, and sometimes, like, babies are good, and other times babies aren't so good. So, you know, she's got a lot on her plate. Yeah. And also, last month, there was a lot of, like, people that had, not recently, but people she'd known that passed away, or it was their birthday, even though they passed away. Like, you know, like, just a lot of death things. And then there's obviously the holidays that are coming up too, and it's just like, yep, this sucks. Because, like, our mom passed away in 22, and it just isn't the same. Especially considering mom was all about the holidays. Like, mom loved the holidays, and now it's just weird without it, so, yeah. But anyways, game plan for today is to work on chapter 4, get to chapter 5. Yeah, that's about it. I don't have many other goals. I also wanted to complain. So I think I told you guys how I have, me and my dad are working on my back porch. Getting that ready to get everything back in it so I can, like, I feel like we're close to being done, but at the same point we're not. And so I'm like, just wanting to get done so I can get my kitchen back. That's all I want. Excuse me, because I have, like, tools laid out all over my counters. I have a ladder in there, and I'm like, I just don't want to deal with it. Yeah. There's just stuff on my plate, but I'm like, I need to get out of that headspace and just get into writing. So that's what I'm going to do. I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye. Hey guys, today's the 5th, but I'm actually going to close out today's video and then start another video that'll go up on Tuesday. This video was going to go up on Thursday the 6th, but let's just talk about how yesterday the 4th went. So yesterday was a pretty good day. I added 1,833 words to the total, to the book, bringing my grand total of the word count to 25,176 words. I've added 4,338 words to the story so far. All doing really, really great. I'm feeling very confident. Only thing I can really think of that I need to work... I can't even say that I really need to work on. It's just, I've got a lot of things, like, bouncing around in my head. Some of it has to include the fact that I kind of made a joke and also was kind of being serious when I told my friend I was kind of thinking about becoming a nun. And she sent me something about it's vocational week, or something like that. It was some kind of vocational thing, and I was just like, I went into a deep dive and I like thinking like, could I do a vocation? Like I really want to be a nun, but at the same point I'm like, I don't know if I would qualify because like I'm not the most mentally stable person around. Does that make sense? Because obviously well, not obviously, but like I have multiple personalities and it is a lot to be me. Like, it's a lot to be everybody, but like I just I always hear constant chit chat. I always second guess myself, and there's just some of us, whenever they come out, they are not the most religious. Meaning, like, they swear a lot, they have inappropriate thoughts and stuff, and I'm just like, that doesn't make sense for a nun or a priest. I mean, well, not a priest, but a nun to have those opinions. And I know, like, not everybody's perfect and stuff, but, like, it just feels weird. And I'm like, I don't know, like, I really don't know. Like, I would love to, but I don't, and, like, especially at the current state that I'm in, like, I don't know how I would do it because, like, I obviously have this house, and this is a huge part of my life. And my books are also a huge part of my life, and I'm like, I don't know if I could dedicate, like, hours into, like, I already do dedicate hours into praying, but, like, I don't know how to put it, but, like, to, like, almost to the extreme, and, like, do, like, hours of meditation and stuff. Like, it's hard for me to do meditation because I'm such a cluster. Like, there's so much happening all the time, and, like, whenever I am silent, it's hard to just get everything silent. And, like, when it comes to, like, just praying, like, we do a good job of, like, staying grounded and really thinking about God and thinking about the message that He wants to share, and just listen, like, kind of do the prayer, the rosaries, and think about each one of the mysteries. But there's still times that we, like, get sidetracked and stuff. And I'm also, like, I don't know, nuns and priests just live very, like, modest life. And, like, just take that for a background. Like, that's not a modest life. And I'm just, like, I don't think I could do it. But there is a possibility, well, like, I say possibility, but I could just do the single life, which I haven't really done too much research on. But, you know, like, just dedicate my life to God, just not without, like, still living my life how I'm living it, but not necessarily, I don't know, become, like, clergy. I don't know if sisters are considered clergy, but I think they are. But, like, becoming very spiritual in my faith. And, like, I don't know, just live life regularly, but just stay single for the rest of my life. But honestly, I really don't know. I need to do more research. Yeah, these are all things that I'm thinking about right now. And I'm like, I need to just get back into focus, just work on the books. My goal in life is to become an author. And even though right now it is also spiraling into wanting to become a sister or a nun and taking on my spiritual journey that I feel like I'm being called to call on. Well, feeling called to do. Yeah, so I don't know. But that's kind of all I gotta say. So this week so far, I've added 4,338 words to the book. Feeling really great. That's even including one day where I kind of worked, kind of not worked, which was Monday. It was Monday whenever I was like, I tried to work, but I just wasn't feeling it. And then I came back and did really good. I've also done 2 days worth of journaling. So in total, my word count for this first 4 days of the month is 6,142 words. I'm not including like the extra 2,000 words for the rough draft challenge. The rough draft challenge is just that 4,000 word count. But I've been having days where I've been thinking and journaling, so I also document that too. But yeah, so that's kind of all I've got to say. Got a lot on my mind. I might eventually do a video where I talk about, like, where I am at spiritually, because obviously, like, the book I'm working on, JJ's Story, is a very spiritual book, and I'm just like, I don't know where I fit into it. It's not that I don't know where I fit, it's just, I don't know, I'm so conflicted on my religious path since I am a multiple. Yes, I don't know. I don't know. But I will see you guys later in the next video, which will be on Tuesday, hopefully. And yeah, I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye!